Okay, Ambika, let's start. This is level 3, chapter 8, part 8. Okay, so we proceed. Can you see?
Yeah, I can.
We pay reference to Sri Jagannath Bhagavad Suputra.
Okay.
And below this is God Nitai, the small statues. You put on the seat. And then you would like to read this?
Okay.
Okay.
Om Ashana Timira Janana Salakya Chakshur Anmilitim Yena Sami Tasmai Sri Guruve Nama Namahom Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namini Namastri Saraswati Deva Gauravani Pracharini Nirvesesa Sunyavadi Satpaschaya Desatarini. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasudeva Garu Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Thank you. We also take the practice of Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Okay, what would you tell someone who is about to die? Diga?
I don't know.
If your friend going to die and you're next to him or her, what are you going to tell the person?
That everything will be all right.
Huh?
Everything will be all right.
You're going to tell the person everything's going to be all right. Okay. Anything else?
Can't think of any.
Okay, what you must do when you are about to die? What you must do if you are about to die? What you must do when you are about to die?
Pray that everything should be okay.
So you pray to who?
Krishna.
So you are supposed to remember Krishna at the time of death. So
yeah, yes.
You should be at least trying to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And so, if you are supposed to do that and try and remember Krishna, if someone is going to die, what you must tell the person?
Also do the same thing, pray to Krishna.
Exactly. So, if the person cannot pray, what you must do? You must chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. If he cannot chant, at least he can hear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. You must remember this. And then also sometimes, if you know the Nashima prayer, you can chant, you can sing the Nashima prayer. You know what's the Nashima prayer?
Yeah, I have. I've not.
You have, huh? You have heard?
Yeah,
have you ever sung this prayer?
No, not. I've not. But I have the booklet, but I've not.
Okay, sometimes when you want, you can go into the YouTube and just put Nashima prayer. And if you don't want to sing, you just play it. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Let's carry on. This is week 8, reincarnation. So week 7, we talk about the defects of the people in Kali Yuga. When we say defects of man, it means people, man and lady. Huh? And then the dharma for the Yuga Dharma for the age of Kali, and then what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's prediction in scripture, importance of chanting the holy name in Kali Yuga, why we should chant Hare Krishna, and why chant 16 rounds of Hare Krishna was in week 7. So if you remember, you got a recording, right? I always send in this in the group, so you can just see the recording again. Okay.
Okay.
Can you remember any of these so far?
Not really.
Not really, yeah.
Mm.
Okay, you should, because it's important, because for spiritual life, you should understand all these things. If you sometimes, I know we have a tendency to forget, but it's okay. We can always again refresh our memory. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. The first lesson in the spiritual life is I am not body but a spirit soul. Is it correct or not?
Correct.
Correct. Good. Okay, you like to read this?
Okay.
Okay, because you are
Dihi no.
so you got a 1-to-1 session today.
Okay. Dihi nos mean yata dihi kaumaram yavanam jara tata dihantara praptir diras tatrana muyati. As the embodied soul continuously passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. A sober person is not bewildered by such a change.
Okay, can you explain what this means? Supposing now you're giving class on this verse. So you're supposed to explain what this means. I am your student.
The soul passes to the body from a baby to old age, then similarly passes to another body at death.
Very good. So you don't know what body you're going to take to the next life, right?
Correct. Yes.
All right, let's carry on. Does everyone's soul go back to God when they die?
Yes.
If everyone will go back to God when they die this life?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
You sure? The person who is a thief also goes back to Godhead?
That I don't think so.
Then you say yes, what? To this answer.
I think not all.
So the answer is yes or no? I want yes.
No, 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 no.
Okay, good. Now we carry on. Huh? Okay, when you get a disease, you contract a disease first. Then the disease will develop after a certain period. Similarly, during this life, you associate with various modes of material nature, and the association will decide what kind of body you are going to get in your next life. What does this mean? Supposing you become a friend with all the cheaters, and you will become a cheater also. So you will get the next body, a body of a person, or maybe not even a person, or an animal. So that is the problem if you are not careful with the type of people you're associating with. If you associate with good people, you will become a good person. You associate with bad people, you will become a good person or a bad person?
A bad person.
Bad person. So you want to be a good person or a bad person?
Of course, a good person.
Not everyone is happy to be a good person. There are some people who say, no, I want to be a bad person. But you want to be a good person. I know you want to be a good person because why? You already started reading Bhagavad Gita, and so a person who wants to be good normally will read the Bhagavad Gita. Person who wants to be bad may not want to read the Bhagavad Gita. Example, they don't want to be interested in spiritual life. Correct?
Okay.
Correct or not?
Correct.
Okay. If you don't agree, you can disagree with me. No problem. I'm very open, and we can discuss.
No, I agree to it. I agree to it.
Yeah. So if this, and also if you want to be a devotee of Krishna, then you should, what you should do?
Should chant Hare Rama, Hare Krishna.
Yes, but now we are talking about association.
Do good, join the good people.
We should have what?
Do good, join the good people.
No, if you want to be a devotee, that one is if you want to be a good person, you make friends with good people, correct?
Yes.
If you want to be a devotee, what you must do? You must make friends with.
Make friends with the good people, lah.
No.
Read Bhagavad Gita, chant Hare Krishna.
Must make friends with people who are devotees of Krishna.
Oh, okay.
You get the idea.
Yes,
If you want
yes.
to be good, it's good.
Yeah.
But your next life, you will go to heavenly planets. If you want to go back to Krishna Loka, you have to be in association with Krishna. And then because they are all, like-minded. They are all wanting to leave this material world and go back to the spiritual world. So you will have that kind of what you call companionship and encouragement. You will encourage each other to do that.
Correct. Yes, yes.
All right. So far we are in agreement. So far we are not in disagreement. Okay, good. Okay, can you read this?
Jalaja Nawa Laksani Stavara Laksa Vinsati Krimayo Rudra Sankayaka Paksinam Dasa Laksanam Trimse Laksani Pasava Chatur Laksani Manusa Padma Purana.
From the Padma Purana. Okay. Okay.
There are 900,000 species living in the water. There are also 2 million non-moving living entities, Stavara, such as trees and plants. There are also 1,100,000 species of insects, reptiles, and there are 1 million species of birds. As far as quadrupeds are concerned, there are 3 million varieties and there are 400,000 human species.
Okay, good. So basically, you have many species, millions, 8.4 million total. 400,000 is a human species. So when you are actually starting in this material world, you start from being a tree. After you become a tree for a long time and plants, then you will graduate to animal. After animal kingdom, then only you will come to a human form. Human beings, there are about 400,000 species. So after you become a human being, and if you pick up God consciousness and Krishna consciousness, and you have a desire not to be reincarnated again, and you want to go back to the permanent place, which is 3/4 of the living entities are in the spiritual world, 1/4 are in the material world. So we are part of the 1/4.
Okay.
Do you remember this?
I do, not much, a little bit.
Okay, good. So basically, when you get a human species, you already got a human species, you got the topmost material birth. So now the topmost material birth, you have to convert it to become so that you will not come back to this material life. Okay?
Okay.
Say what body we were before human body, we could have been any one of these, right? Before we became a human, we could have been a cow or a tiger or a monkey. Okay. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Sariram Yat Avapnoti Yachapi Uttarakam Sati Swaraha Vehi Vaisani Samyati Vayu Gandam Ivasayat Shrotam Chaksus Pasanam Cha Rasanam Garnam Evacha Adisya Manas Chayam Visayan Devate. Can you read the English?
Yeah. The living entity in the material world carries its different conceptions of life before from one body to another as the air carries aromas. Thus, it takes one kind of body and again quits it to take another. The living entity, thus taking another gross body, obtains a certain type of ear, eye, tongue, nose, and sense of touch, which are grouped about the mind. It thus enjoys a particular set of sense objects.
Okay, this is from which book?
From chapter 15,
Okay, which book?
which Bhagavad Gita?
Yes. You remember this verse?
Yes.
So basically, whatever types of mood you have, or attitude you have, or desires you have, you get that type of body. Okay? You,
Okay.
a girl or a man goes and does exposes his body in the nightclub. Basically, their next life they'll take the body of trees. Because they like to become naked. So the Krishna gives them the body of trees that go back to the tree level. And then from the tree you will have to come to the animal, then come to the human. Again you try. You understand?
Yes.
So that is why sometimes it's not good to work in the that place, right?
Yes.
Yeah. In other words, if the living entity adulterates his consciousness with the quality of cats and dogs, in his next life he gets the cat and dog body and enjoy. So basically, if a person likes to become like a cat or a dog, his qualities is like that. He will take that body. So all types of body you have, whatever you desire, you get. Okay, what we read in these previous weeks is about near-death experience. We had a video on that, and also
Okay.
a story. Remember about
Yes.
yeah. So all this you remember. Huh? Also, we had this miracle child reunites with his past life parents. So all this is a conclusion or a evidence that actually there is reincarnation. So if the other religions say there is no reincarnation, some religions say this is actually not true because the evidence is there. Okay.
Okay.
So how you break the reincarnation loop? Janma karma cha me divyam eva yo veti tatvataha vakva devam puna janma naiti mam eti so Arjuna. So you can read the English.
One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna.
So basically, Krishna has promised. This 4.9 is a very important verse in the Bhagavad Gita. The other important verse is 18.65 and 18.66. All verses are important, but these three verses are the ones that teach you how to break the reincarnation loop. That means you should understand about the activities of Krishna, why he came into this world, what he did, and the reasons for him, and why he came to teach us to get the desire to leave this material world, and how to leave this material world. You take Krishna as your boatman. When you die, he will put you in the boat from the material world to the spiritual. Remember the Lord Ram boatman story?
Yes.
Yeah. So So basically, Ram and Krishna are the same, but we are more into Krishna at the present because he is the one who's teaching us how to, in Bhagavad Gita, all the things in Bhagavad Gita, how to live your life, how to die also, and how to be successful in your life. Meaning of successful is not that you got a lot of money and buildings and all, because all this you have to leave behind. Successful is you manage to become a spiritual person and a devotee of Lord Krishna, and at the time of death, you will remember him and go back to the spiritual world. Okay?
Okay.
Will this knowledge of reincarnation make any difference to you in your life? Today we have talked about reincarnation. Will it make any difference to you in your life? Amrita,
Well, that's true. You're right.
you can be honest, no problem. It won't make difference or it will make some difference.
Don't know because how many people can remember the previous life?
No, but you know that there is reincarnation.
There is, yes.
Yeah, so and you also know that actually the main aim of human birth is to leave this material body and not take another birth, right?
Yes.
So would you like to come back to this material world, or would you like to not come back to this material?
Come back.
You would like to come back?
Yes.
Okay. You're still attached to the material world. But you may not be have the same luxuries that you are having right now, or the happiness that you're having right now. Why don't you think about going to a place where there is no miseries?
Yeah, of course.
So why you want to come back to this material world?
Okay. Yeah, go back, go to a place where there's no miseries. Yeah. No problems.
Yeah, but you say you want to come back to this material world.
But of course, there shouldn't be any miseries.
No, in the material world, there's always misery. There is birth, death, old age, and disease. That's minimum. And then you're suffering. People are suffering. Animals are suffering. Everyone is actually suffering. When someone close to you dies, you also suffer. When you suffer, someone who is close to you also suffers because you are suffering. When you die, someone who loves you also will be unhappy. Is that not suffering?
Of course, that is.
Yeah. So why don't you go? What's the aim of your life? To not have suffering, right?
Yes. Don't want to have any
Life
suffering.
is not to have suffering. Why do you want to come back to this life? Why not you try and go back to the spiritual world where you are originally from?
Yes, that's good.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
So do you still want to come back to this material world?
No, no, don't want to. Don't want to.
So you should chant more and read more. And the chanting is the one ticket to Goloka, no return ticket back to the material world. Okay?
Okay.
Are you chanting regularly?
Yes, I do.
Okay, good. If you are chanting, you should chant more or more attentively and read more. And then the nectar of the holy name. Okay? What is the nectar is to stop the transmigration by chanting. So how to go back to the spiritual world? One of the in Kali Yuga, it is stated that chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is the easiest and the best way to go back to the spiritual world. It's the way where Krishna really Krishna suggests that this is the easiest way. By chanting the Hare Krishna mantra constantly, one can fix the mind on the lotus feet of Krishna. Saiva mana Krishna padarava vindayo. And in this way, achieve the perfection of yoga. Otherwise, the flickering mind will hover on the platform of mental speculation for sense enjoyment, and one will have to transmigrate from one body to another because the mind is trained only in relation to the material elements, or in other words, to sense gratification, which is false. The world is temporary. Whatever you are enjoying in this world is actually trying to not have uncomfortable, not to be uncomfortable. You have a car so that you don't have the discomfort of walking to the place where you want to go, or taking a bus. You prefer to have a car. And then you will have nice house so that you will not get the discomfort of the weather's harsh wind. You want a nice house. You don't want a small house or a cottage house, which when the rain comes, it falls. You want a nice house. You don't want a house where there's a lot of flood. By all this, you are trying to make sure that you don't get discomfort. See? So basically, this material world has all these things. Sometimes people will make you pain. A robber comes and steals something from you. It makes you pain. If you have the bad chance of having a robber steal from you, or maybe some you walk on the road and someone accidentally knocks you, and so you may die, or you may even have a disability. So all these are dangers in this material world. You never know. This life maybe you don't get all this. The next life you may get. So why won't you take a chance? The best way is to try not to come back to this material world. Go to a place where there is totally no what?
No misery.
Very good. No misery, and everyone loves each other. Everyone only has love in their heart. They have love in the heart for Krishna, and they have love in the heart for each other. You would like to go that place?
Yes.
So if you are very attached to this material world, your mind is totally desiring to come back here. Even though you may be desiring to go back to the spiritual world, but your mind is still very attached to this material world, there is a danger. You see how Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, he says that you do your duty without attachment to your work. If you are too attached to the work, you will have a problem. That means you have a mind which is attached, and you don't get what you want, you will get unhappiness. When you get what you want, you become very happy, but what you get may not last long. Again, you become unhappy. So this is all the cycle of happiness and unhappiness. So if you are fixed on the lotus feet of the Lord, all this won't affect you so much. You are always in equilibrium, and you are always in detachment, and you are always very peaceful, because you will become peaceful when you understand that Krishna is always by your side. So now one more thing, you should learn all this about Krishna, and you should help people understand. People teach you, you're learning. So you should also be expert in it, and what you should do, you should also teach others, help others. The best help that you can give others is to teach others how to become a spiritual person that is the very, very nice help. You can help people by helping them so many other ways, but this way, this is also one of the, this is one of the best way to help. You can do all, but you must do this. Okay, can you read it?
Duty of sane people is to save others. Parikshit Maharaja therefore anxiously wanted to know from Sukadeva Goswami how humanity can be saved from gliding down to hell. Sukadeva Goswami had already explained how people enter hellish life, and he could also explain how they could be saved from it. Intelligent men must take advantage of these instructions. Unfortunately, however, the entire world is lacking Krishna consciousness, and therefore people are suffering from the grossest ignorance and do not even believe in a life after this one. To convince them of their next life is very difficult because they have become almost mad in their pursuit of material enjoyment. Nevertheless, our duty, the duty of all sane men, is to save them.
Okay, I want to ask you, if you got lots of money, does it guarantee that you will be happy person?
No.
Right? So basically, people are mad in their pursuit of material enjoyment. So they think they get a lot of money, they can enjoy more material things, they'll be happy. Do you think that comes from happiness?
No, it's not.
Do you think Najib is happy?
No, I don't think so.
All right. So basically, we understand this, and if we are actually very devoted to the Lord and we take a lot of pleasure, do you think a person like that will become happy?
Yes, correct.
Correct, huh?
Correct.
Then first is we are preaching. Huh? So here are Shravana. Shravana means hearing. So we play this. Can you see the video?
Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam. No, spirit soul is not old. The body is changing. That is the process. That will be explained. Dehinasmin dathadihi kumara jovanangara atha dehantram prati dhirasattanamayati. Spirit soul is evergreen. The body is changing. That is to be understood. Body is changing. That everyone can understand. Just like in your childhood, your body was there, that is this child, different body. And when that child will be younger, that will be different body. But the spirit soul is there in this body and that body. So if this is the proof that spirit soul does not change, the body change. This is the proof. I am thinking of my childhood. That means I am the same I, which I was existing in my childhood. And I remember in my childhood I was doing this, I am doing that. But the childhood body is no longer. That is gone. Therefore, it is conclusion that my body has changed, but I am the same. Is it not? This is simple truth. So this body will change, still I shall remain. I may enter into another body. That doesn't matter. But I tell him, Tatha dehantaram prapti dhira tattanamaya. As I am changing my body, even in the present circumstance, similarly, the ultimate change does not mean I am dead. I enter into another. That also explains. Vasangsi chinnani jatha. Just I change. Just like when I was not sannyasi, I was dressing like any gentleman. Now I have changed my dress. That does not mean that I have died. No, I have changed my body. That's all. I have changed my dress. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna. Are you there?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. So basically, see where. Okay, so the soul is
The soul is still evergreen. Can I hear you, Prabhu?
Can you hear me?
Now can.
Okay. I'm trying to get back to the to that whenever I put on this video, I always lose this one, the pause. So we are in detail. You like the video?
Oh yeah, I saw like it.
Okay, if you want to order the Bhakti kit, you can order Science of Real Self-Realization. You get e-books and all this
Oh.
a special price. Okay, and then after 12 weeks of this, you'll get a certificate. You said that you haven't got a certificate for level 2 yet, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I'll look into that. So thank you very much. That's the end of today's class.
So next class is next Monday, Prabhu.
I think Sunday better. Everyone seems to be like not able to get off from their work. Is Sunday okay?
Yeah, the jam is terrible. Yeah, today also was jam, but I managed to get back home in time.
Yeah, so I think we switch to Sunday. Is it okay for you? Huh?
Can, no problem. Can.
Yeah, because I see a lot of people are having problems. Okay. Well, that means
Yeah, because of the rain